Wisdom call and understanding put forth her voice in the top of high places by the way where the paths meet she stands beside the gates at the entry of the city at the coming in at the doors she cries aloud unto you O men I call and my voice to the sons of men. Oh ye thoughtless understand prudence and ye fools be ear and understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. What could I do? Wisdom calling me over here, over there. Seems like everywhere. In your heart, in the night, wisdom in your heart. Ooh yeah, in the heart, in the night, in your heart. I just can't do without it. Of old, I was set up from everlasting from the beginning, or ever the earth was. The fear of Yah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the All-Holy is understanding. But by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. That's all, that's all, that's all. Hey, you gotta get go, gotta get to. I just can't do without it. No, no, oh no. Can't do without it, can't go without it, can't do without it. That's all that's been on. Oh, wisdom, oh yeah. Said I want you. Now therefore, I need you. ye children, hearken unto me. For happy are they that keep my ways, hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not. Happy is the man that hearkeneth to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and obtaineth favor of Yah. But he that misseth me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. Love death. Love death.
All right. All right. Welcome back to the Real People Study Show, where we study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we keep some front line on ourselves to get some perspective on ourselves in order to find out the do's and don'ts and so on and so forth. My administrator for the show, Nisanya, my Isha, my wife, basically, is the administrator of the show. My friend, fellow elder, and co-host, and a brother that was standing the gap for you, is Brother Cottrell of New York City. And before I introduce him to you, what we're studying in is the book of Nehemiah, chapter, let me go back, let me get it correct, because Aisha had to correct me yesterday. The conspiracy against Nehemiah. I believe it's chapter 6. If I'm incorrect, she'll correct me. Chapter 6 of Nehemiah. And Brother Cottrell, we study in the book of Daniel, chapter 9, Daniel's prayer for the people. Praise Yah. So before we do that, I'd like to give thanks to the Most High. All praise and glory be unto your name, God. For the food I eat, the water I drink, every aspect and a component of my lives, and so on and so forth. Praise your name, God, and bless your holy name. Hallelujah. So, Lasagna, your mic is open. You have any opening comment and shalom's, hello to the people?
Yes, all praises. Shalom, shalom, family. Happy to be here today, ready for the studies. I thank the Most High for my life. I thank the Most High for my studies. I thank the Most High for every day, another day. All praises. I'm ready to study.
All praises. Thank you. Thank you, wife. Thank you, Lasagna. And now my brother and friend from New York City, Brother Cottrell. Brother Cottrell, your mic is hot, and may the Most High bless you and your family.
Shalom, shalom. Bless Yah, O my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. All praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. With the Yam Sufari, Sister Nasanya, and the family that's out there, shalom. May the Most High bless y'all. How y'all doing?
We're doing okay. I don't have to speak for my wife now. She got a mic of her own now. She speaks for herself.
Yeah.
And
shalom, shalom, Brother Cottrell. Shalom.
Yes, it's good to hear y'all without no interference from what was we on before? Blog Talk?
Blog Talk. Literally drag talk.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, what you said?
Yeah, it's great.
All the time.
To put us on this platform, we can hear each other clearly. We can hear the music clearly. And we could get Yah's word out with a clear voice. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Thank you very much. So if my wife Nisanya, my Isha, is ready to get started, the administrator of the show, and Brother Cottrell is ready to get started, and you fellow students are ready to get started, I am ready to get started also. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
Okay, everybody, please turn with me to Nehemiah chapter 6, the conspiracy against him. And see, when we go into these studies, don't take a linear approach to these studies. Look at the who, what, when, where, and or how, and try to make connections and see how things work according with Nehemiah, with Yah, and his responses to our enemies. Could be your particular enemy in contemporary time. How you should respond to your enemy. How you should not be so gullible and naive and knowing that they're your enemies, yet you're going to go along to get along. No, I don't think so. Nehemiah didn't take that approach. So let's get right into it. Now, it happened when Shablat, Tobiah, Geshem, the Arab, and the rest of our enemies is inclusive. Your enemy is my enemy. Katra enemy is my enemy. Yamsus enemy is your enemy. Because basically, the enemies that attack us, really, they're not attacking us per se. They're attacking the Most High.
Yamsu,
Yes.
what chapter you reading from?
Chapter 6.
You're supposed to be in chapter 8.
Chapter 8. You sure right. Okay. My bad. Chapter 8.
Sanballat.
Yeah. Chapter 8. My apologies. And its fundamental instructions. When the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. Now all the people gathered together as one man in the open square that was in front of the water gate. And they told Ezra, we read about him, the scribe, to bring the book. They needed instructions. The book of the law of Moses, which Yah had commanded Israel.
Excuse me?
The book of the law of Moses, which Yah had commanded Israel.
They didn't have it when they was in captivity in Babylon?
I don't suspect not, Katriel.
Okay.
So they had to get their fundamentals together.
Mm-hmm.
So Ezra, the priest, brought the law before the assembly of men and women, and all who would hear with understanding on the first day of the 7th month. Then he read from it in the open square, transparency, that was in front of the water gate from morning until midday, before the men and women and those who could understand. And all the ears of all the people were attentive to the book of the law.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they were attentive to the book. They gave heed. They gave ear.
From what time to what time?
From morning to midday.
Wow. How long we got?
Man, we can't last 30 seconds. We've been socially engineered and conditioned to watch TV programs, which lasts about 30 minutes to an hour. 30 minutes to an hour.
So in essence, they were there for about 6 hours.
Right. Well, you know, Cottrell, going back, let me pause right here for a moment. Going back, Cottrell, we are in chapter 6, Cottrell. I'm going back. We're in chapter 6. I'm looking at
You read about Sanballat and how he tried to stop the building of the wall with his crew. We read that.
No. Yeah. We're in chapter 6. Let's go back over it for the sake of transparency and be clear. Let's go back. If we went over it, I don't think if these brothers and sisters listen to the Most High word from daytime to midday, I'm sure if we're in error, chapter 6 ain't gonna hurt us. So let's go back to it. That happened when Shablat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arab and the rest
Sorry to stop you, Yamsu. Don't you remember when you read all those names yesterday?
Yeah, but before that, they were mentioned before also. So they were mentioned before also. So let me go back to chapter 4, but it mentions them also in chapter 4. Okay, so let's do it anyway for the sake of transparency, Katra. It's no biggie. We're not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt anyone. So for the sake of lack of arguments, you know, we don't argue, fuss, and fight on the Real Talk for Real People study show. So for the sake of transparency, I do remember mentioning them, but their names were mentioned also, Brother Cartrell, and throughout the chapter of Nehemiah. So for the sake of clarity and transparency, let's do it again. It's not going to hurt us one way or the other because we have a clear show, study show. We have ample time. And as I said, as I mentioned, if those brothers and sisters could study the Most High word from morning to midday, I'm sure us going back over is not going to hurt us. But I'm not challenging you. I'm not questioning you, your correctness, but just for the sake of transparency. Now, it happened when Sanballat, and Tobiah, Geshem, the Arab, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had built the wall, Nehemiah says, and that there were no breaks. I think Sister Elizabeth is on. Sister Elizabeth, may the Most High bless you. We're in chapter 6 of Nehemiah. We just started. May the Most High bless you, sister.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You as well.
It's good to hear you, sister.
Thank you. You as well.
Praise Yah. Chapter 6 of Nehemiah. Now it happened when Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, the Arab, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had rebuilt the wall, and there was no breaks left in it, though at that time I had not hung the doors in the gates. That Sanballat and Geshem sent to me, saying, "Come, let us meet together among the villages in the plain of Onu." But they thought to do me harm, Nehemiah says. So I sent messengers to them, saying, "I'm doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it and go down to you?" He had a good argument, a legitimate argument, but basically Nehemiah knew the minds of our enemies. There was no right in them. And so he knew there was chicanery afoot. So instead of going along to get along, Nehemiah uses the work he's doing for the Most High in regards to the rebuilding of the temple for justification. I ain't got time. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to get down with what you're doing. Basically, I know what you're about. I know you're trying to run some tricks on me. You're trying to do me in. So I said that to say this. A lot of brothers and sisters are jumping into the fireplace, knowing that the enemy are out to get them, but they'll go right along with it. Nehemiah didn't do that. What did he do? He said, "Well, I'm doing the work of the Most High. I don't have time for that. Okay, I'm not about to come down and get down with you, and I know you had to get me." But a lot of us are jumping right into it. "Oh, I know they're out to get me, so I might as well get got." If you know your enemies are out to get you, why are you going to be complicit in your own demise? Nehemiah didn't do that. He said, "No, I got work to do for the Most High. I can't get involved with this." And he said, in addition, they sent me this message 4 times. They were persistent in their efforts to do him harm. And I answered him, Nehemiah said, in the same manner. Then Sanballat sent his servants to me as before, the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, and it was written, "It is reported among the nations." And Geshem says that you and the Yehudites plan to rebel. He tried to push it. He tried to broadside it by reference of this letter. He tried to get him to go against what he had already determined. I'm not going to meet with these people. And he said, "Therefore, according to these rumors, you are rebuilding the wall that you may be their king." A lie ain't nothing for nobody to tell on. Get you off tomorrow. And you have also appointed prophets to proclaim concerning you at Jerusalem, saying, "There's a king in Yehuda." Now these matters will be reported to the king of Babylon. So come therefore and let us consult together. They steady trying to get him off the market, and trying to steady by virtue of lies. Then I sent to him saying, he didn't go along to get along. Nehemiah said, I sent to him saying, "No such thing as you said are being done, but you have admitted them in your own heart." He said, "You made up these lies." Nehemiah didn't go along. He didn't want to gullible and with a hood on, blinded, and so on and so forth. He said, no. What you're saying is an invention of your own hearts. I ain't did nothing what you're saying. And I'm not going to come to see you. Basically what he's saying. For they all were trying to make us afraid. A fear is something like a deer caught in a headlight. It'll stop you from doing the things that you necessarily need to do. And Nehemiah wasn't about to subject himself to that, because Yah said, "Fear not." He was not to be over inundated with fear. And he even make reference to it when he said they are trying to make us afraid, saying their hand will be weakened. This is their mindset in the work. Because if we make them afraid, they're going to stop doing what they're doing. And that's what evil folks do. They try to make you afraid in order for you to stop doing what you're doing. Even in contemporary life, it stands to reason. and that your hands will be weakened in the work, and that you'll stop doing what you're doing, basically. And Nehemiah says, now therefore, O Yah, strengthen my hand. He went to the right consult. He didn't lean to his own understanding. He didn't go word for word and go back and forth. He leaned on the Most High. He said, strengthen my hands. Afterward, I came to the house of Shemaiah, the son of Delaiah, the son of Mehetabah, who was a secret informer, not for him, but for them. And he said, this secret informer, let us meet together in the house of Yah, within the temple. Let us close the doors of the temple, for they are coming to kill you. Indeed, at night they will come to kill you. And I said, should such a man as I flee? I'm a man of upstand. I'm a man of principle. I ain't lying. I ain't trying to do anything to nobody. I'm not mistreating anybody. I'm not doing anything against the most high. Should a man such as I flee? Because the people would have the wrong impression, so to speak, if he fled. And who is there such as I who would go into the temple to say, why should I try to save myself? I hadn't did anything wrong by virtue of going into the temple to try to hide. And he said, I will not go in. Then I perceived that Yah had not sent him this informer at all. But he pronounced this prophecy against me because Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. You got to be careful, brothers and sisters. If people go against you now in contemporary life, you got to be careful who come and whisper in your ear and trying to make you afraid. You need to continue the work that you're doing for the Most High and continue in the work you're doing in your contemporary lives, especially if they're not counter to what the Most High says. For this reason, he was hired, this informer. Why? The linchpin that I should be afraid. People try to make you afraid. And Yah says, fear not, and act that way in sin. Because you're full of fear. You're like deer in headlights, and you can't proceed to do the things that you need to do as far as the Most High is concerned, and as far as your contemporary lives are concerned. That they might have cause for, oh, yeah, Yom Sufi like that, he's scared, he hiding in the temple. He must be dirty. He must got dirt on him. Why he hiding for? See, people always trying to put some doubt on you, and you can't be complicit in putting the doubt on you. You don't run away and hide. You keep doing what you're doing as far as the Most High is concerned, and certainly as far as your contemporary lives are concerned, if it's not against the Most High. You don't run and hide. You keep doing what's right as far as the Most High is concerned. And Yah, and what he says, Nehemiah, may Yah remember Tobiah. He didn't say, I'm going to go out and get me a 357 Magnum. I'm going to go out and get me a slingshot. I'm going to go out and try to think I'm King David. He says what we all should say. May Yah remember Tobiah and Sanballat according to these their works. And the prophecies, Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets who would make me afraid. He put it in Yah's hand. We need to learn to put some things in the Yah's hand. It's just that simple, as Nehemiah did. He didn't take it upon himself to put his hand on his brothers. And Tobiah really wasn't his brother. He was our cousin. He was an Ammonite. So the wall was finished on the 25th day of Elul in 52 days. And it happened when all our enemies, inclusive, your enemy is my enemy is your enemy, especially if they're against the Most High and his word. When all our enemies heard of it and all the nation around it, us saw these things, they were disheartened in their own eyes because we continued in the work, so to speak. For they perceived that this work was done by our Elohim. Because Nehemiah kept putting in the work. He didn't stop. He didn't procrastinate. He didn't walk away from it. He didn't go along to get along. He didn't go along to get with the liars. He kept doing what he was supposed to do according to the Most High. And that certainly should apply to us today in this contemporary time, and certainly as far as our lives are concerned. See, a lot of people think, oh, it was just written to have a good, nice story and make us feel warm and fuzzy. These stories, our history was written to give us some insight and input how a man of Yah and a woman of Yah, be that matter, should comport themselves and how they should respond to certain things. Not be afraid. Ooh, I'm scared. I can't do nothing. I might well go to my enemies, get my head bust. It's gonna be all right. No, you don't go to your enemies for anything. You don't concede to your enemies based upon lies and innuendos. You continue in your work for the Most High, especially in your contemporary lives also. Don't be afraid. If you hadn't did anything wrong, there's nothing to be fearful about. Yah says, fear not. And in conclusion, also in those days of the nobles of Yehuda sent many letters to Tobiah. And the letters of Tobiah came to them. For many, some of our people are complicit with our enemies. For many in Yehuda were pledged to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, a Hebrew priest, and the son of Ahab, and the son of Jehonanah, had married the daughter of Meshullam, who was chief priest, the son of Barachiah. See, sometimes we are complicit. You have to know who you're dealing with, if they're Hebrews, and so on and so forth, because they may be complicit with the enemies. As in the case of Tobiah, they had made pledges to him. They were complicit to him. So Nehemiah was cognizant of who he was dealing with, and his response to that was quite adequate. Okay, but we'll continue that study tomorrow. Also, they reported his good deeds before him. They tried to build up Tobiah. He right, he's good, and so on and so forth, and reported my words to him. They told me what such a good fella he was on point, and so on and so forth. And they were telling, what is that old saying? When a dog bring a bone, he'll take a bone. So they were reporting back to Tobiah and the other of our enemies as to the who, what, when, where, and how Nehemiah was doing, and reported my words to him. And what did Tobiah do? Like our enemies do. They tried to frighten us. Tobiah sent letters to frighten me. And I said that to say this. When you're doing the work of the Most High, or you're doing constructive and a positive work outside of the Most High in your own personal lives and not against the Most High, there's going to be people sent out to frighten you, to stop you from doing that work, especially in regards to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then they want you to come on over here. Let me talk to you. Come on, we bust you at the top of the head. And you stupid enough to go along with it, that's on you. As I said, these historical letters were not sent for a warm, fuzzy feeling. They were sent to encourage us, teach us how to motivate ourselves to not be fearful, and how to comport ourselves, as in the case of Nehemiah, to give you setting examples how a man and a woman of Yah should comport themselves in regards to our universal enemies. And it's true. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. I'm done. My Isha Nisanya, my fellow elder sister Elizabeth, our brother Catriel, you can open up your mics if you got a comment. And after that, we'll proceed from there. Praise Yah.
All praise to the Holy One of Israel for another great lesson in our history. And it teaches us the protocols of us when we came out of captivity. Nehemiah wasn't a king. He wasn't a priest. He was an elder leading the nation back to Yah. And we can see by his actions, he was a lot like King David. He didn't lean on his own understanding. He always called out to Yah first for counsel and advice as to what direction he should take. And the fact that he had no fear, and he's dealing with his own people. Nehemiah and Ezra had commission from the king, not just one king. They had commission starting back with King Cyrus, King Darius, King Asterox. All these kings sanctioned the rebuilding of the wall of the temple. Now you have some Israelites who were confederate with, I guess, Babylonians and Arabians to stop the work of Yah. Why would they do that? People of Israel. And you have people of Israel today interfering with the works of Yah. So you have to know when you're doing the works of Yah, people will interfere, whether they be the enemy that we know are our enemies, or whether they be our own brothers and sisters who are working with the enemy to stop the work of Yah. It happens in every generation, in every time period, and we shouldn't be shocked. Praise Yah.
Thank you, Brother Catriel. Praise Yah. Sister Nasanya and Sister Elizabeth, do either one of you have a comment? If you do, feel free to make your comment. Praise Yah.
Well,
No comments from me.
yeah, I just want to say that I popped in a little late, but what I heard really, gave me some insight in terms of a little bit more insight into, how people who come up against you, really are instilling fear. And especially when it comes to serving the Most High, we have to be made more aware of the fact that is definitely something that will slow us down, stop us dead in our tracks. So I just want to say that thanks. I really was able to grasp that. Toda.
Thank you very much, Sister Toda. Thank you, Sister Nasanya. Thank you, Brother Catriel. Fellow students. And the reason why I call y'all fellow students, because we're all students of the Most High. Although Brother Catriel and I, Sister Elizabeth, and Sister Nasanya are lead students. Our study of the Most High don't stop till a casket drops. And that should be your mindset also. If you're going to be a leader among the nation, you got to put the Most High word in your consciousness, in your subconsciousness. And why I say that, the Most High said, let my footsteps be your pathway, by virtue of what he's saying, his word. Praise Yah. So without further ado, Brother Catriel will proceed to the last segment of the study in the book of Daniel, chapter 9, Daniel's prayer for the people. Praise Yah. Brother Catriel, you have the mic.
All praise to the Holy One in Yisrael, Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. I just want to go back to what Sister Elizabeth said in regards to fear tactics, because you can't serve Yah or do Yah's works with fear. And Nehemiah, the prophet, the priest, exemplified the fact that you cannot do Yah's work in fear, no matter how much people try to instill fear in you. Because Yah told us to fear not, especially when we're doing his work, because he's there to protect us as he protected Nehemiah in rebuilding the wall, which he was successful in doing. And we will be successful in doing what we have to do for Yah, as long as we don't have any fear. We call it holy boldness. We have to have the holy boldness in doing Yah's work. So we get to the prophet Daniel. He wasn't a priest. I think he was from the tribe of Yehuda, but he was a man of God, full of prayer, like King David. The prophet Daniel didn't do anything unless he put out a tefillah, a prayer for Yah. And in the 9th chapter of the book of Daniel, he's writing down one of his prayers. And he's in the same period as Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther. The prophet Daniel is living under this Babylonian captivity. And he says in the 9th chapter, in the first year of King Darius, the son of King Ahasuerus, of the lineage of the Medes. So now we have the Medes and the Persians that are the empire, the second kingdom, which King Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream, and the prophet Daniel saw in his visions. This is the second empire, the Medes and the Persians, who was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. And we know that our father, Abraham, comes from Ur of Chaldea. So this captivity is almost like we back home with our ancestors, because we come from Chaldean roots. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, observed in the books the numbers of the years which was specified by the word of Yah to Yirmiyahu the prophet for the accomplishment of the desolation of Jerusalem. That is 70 years. So the prophet Daniel is studying Tanakh. He's studying the prophets. He's studying prophets that came before him. And he's acknowledging that the word that Yah gave to the prophet Yirmiyahu is true and has come true. He says, I set my face towards Yah Elohim to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. We have to know the prophet Daniel's position in the kingdom of the Medes and the Persians, which was transferred from Babylon. Isn't it amazing how he had a high position in Babylon, and then the Medes and the Persians conquered Babylon, and the Medes and the Persians saw fit to keep the prophet Daniel in a high position of power. So he says, and I prayed unto Yah my Elohim and made my confessions and said, alas, O Yah, the great and dreadful Elohim, keeping his covenant and mercy to those who love him and to those who keep his commandments. And we should all be in that category, right? We should love Yah and be willing to keep his commands for us because he's our commander in chief. We have sinned, we have committed iniquity, we have done wickedly, and we have rebelled. We know that the prophet Daniel was a righteous man, right? That's why he's a prophet of Yah. But he doesn't see himself distant from his people. If our people sin, guess what? We sin because we all in this together. And that's how the prophets and the leadership of the nation of Israel always saw our people. They never distanced themselves from what the people were doing. We have sinned. We have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from your precepts and from your judgments. And that's how we've done. We still do it today. We have not listened to your servants, the prophets, which we don't, even to this day. We're not even studying the prophets, are we? Who spoke in your name to our kings. Yeah, the elders, the prophets spoke to the kings to keep them on the right track, our officials and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. Oh, yeah, righteousness belongs to you and you alone. But to us, shame of face. Why shame of face? Because we're not obedient servants to our creator, our master, our king, our father. Shame on us because we don't obey him. As it is this day, as we speak, even today, shame on us. To the men of Yehuda and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Yisrael, all of us, we all in this together. Ain't none of us individually separated out in the eyes of Yah, who are near and who are far off, through all the countries wherever you have driven them, because their trespass that they have trespassed against you. O Elohim, to us belongs what? Not pride, but shame of face. Every Israelite should be ashamed of themselves. We should be ashamed because we're not really representing Yah. Our king should be ashamed. Our officials should be ashamed. And to our fathers, because we have sinned against you. He can't say, I didn't sin against you, but my people sinned against you. I'm Daniel. I'm a righteous man. No, we're in this all together. He's part of the whole. To Yah Elohim belongs mercies. That's why we're still here. And he hasn't destroyed us. His mercies are what is keeping us alive. And forgiveness. He's forgiven us. He said we're worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed them in an instant. We should be destroyed for what we've done. But because Yah has mercy and forgiveness, we are still here, which is why we give thanks every day for the breath of life that Yah gives us. Though we have rebelled against him, and we haven't stopped rebelling against Yah. We have not obeyed the voice of Yah, our Elohim, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. Why aren't our people studying the prophets? We should know the prophets as well as the Chinese know Confucius. Confucius say such and such and so and so. Every Israelite should know what Isaiah, Zechariah, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Nehemiah, Zephaniah, Zechariah, Malachi, Joel, Moshe. We should know what every prophet has said by heart, like the back of our hands. Indeed, all Israel has transgressed against your law. How many of Israelites have transgressed against Yah's law? All of us. All of us. Even by departing that they might not obey your voice. We're not looking for the voice of Yah. We're looking for the voice of man. Therefore, the curse has been poured upon us, and we could testify to that. And the oath that is written in the law of Moshe, the servant of Elohim, because we have sinned against him, he has confirmed his words. Yah's words are true. No denying it. That's why we are his witnesses, because we're feeling it. Not only are we seeing it, we're experiencing Yah's words, the curse upon us, which he has spoken against us and against our judges who judged us, by bringing on us great calamity has come on us. Yamsu calls us a monstrosity, and this is the great calamity that's upon us. We have not sought the favor of Yah Elohim, so that he might turn from our iniquities and give attention to your truth. Therefore, Yah has kept the disaster in store and brought it upon us. And we still remain in disaster, and it's still upon us. For Yah Elohim is righteous in all his works, which he does. But we have not obeyed his voice till this day. Now, Yah Elohim, who brought your people out of the land of Mizraim with the mighty hand and made yourself a name. That's how Yah made his name amongst the nation. He brought us out. And the nations knew, oh, their God is God. Even to this day, we have sinned. We have done wickedly. We still do wickedly, and we still sin. And we're happy and comfortable in doing it. Oh, Yah, according to all your righteousness, I beseech you. And these are the type of prayers we should be saying. Let your anger and your fury be turned away from your city, Jerusalem. Think about the land, Yah. The place you want to dwell forever, your holy mountain, where you want your presence to be known. Because of our sins and for the iniquities of our fathers, Jerusalem and your people have become a reproach to all who are round about us. We got enemies. We got the heathens fighting over Jerusalem, and the people mock us because we don't even know that Jerusalem belongs to us. Now, therefore, O Elohim, hear the prayer of your servant and his supplications, and for your sake, O Yah, cause your face to shine upon your sanctuary where you want to dwell forever, which is desolate, even as we speak right now. O my Elohim, incline your ear and hear. Open your eyes and look at our desolations, because we have many desolations. Everywhere we are is a desolation. Yamsuf calls us a monstrosity. And a city which is called by your name, for we do not present our supplications before you because of our righteousness. Raise your hands if you think you're righteous before the Most High. And if you do, you think he's going to save you alone? But for your great mercies, we all here because of Yah's mercies. Oh, Yah, hear? Oh, Yah, forgive us. Oh, Yah, listen and act. We need Yah to act for us now. We need Yah to forgive us now. We need Yah to hear us now. And the only way he's going to hear us is if we put forth prayers like the prophet Daniel. Oh, Yah, listen and act. Are we putting forth prayers for Yah to listen and act in our behalf? Do not defer for your own sake. Don't do it for us. Do it for your own sake, O my Elohim. For your city and your people are called by your name. That's why we're an embarrassment to the Most High. And we let the city fall. So our enemies are fighting over it as we speak. While I was speaking and praying and confessing my sin and the sins of my people, Yisrael, which we all should do, we should acknowledge our sins and the sins of our people, and presenting my supplication before Yah, my Elohim, for the holy mountain of my Elohim. And you know, the prophet Daniel got in trouble for making these type of prayers. They threw him in the lion's den just for praying three times a day. And that's the type of commitment that we have to the Most High. We need to be praying 3 times a day to the Most High without the threat of being thrown in the lion's den. We have that access that Daniel didn't have. But we see after he's been thrown in the lion's den, he still continues to pray to the Creator. Indeed, while I was speaking in prayer, he says the man, Gabriel, we know Gabriel is not a man. We know that Gabriel is a mellow king, one of the primary angels. Gabriel, Michael, Oriel, and Raphael, 4 of the primary angels of the Most High, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning. So you saw Gabriel in the vision, being caused to fly swiftly. We know men can't fly, especially back in those days. This is a Elohim that could fly. Gabriel touched me about the time of the evening oblation. He informed me and talked with me and said, Daniel, I have now come to give you insight and understanding, which we all need. We need insight and understanding into Yah's plan and intention for us as a nation. At the beginning of your supplications, the command went out. What command? Did Yah put out a command? Oh, yeah. He commanded the angels. And I have come to tell you, for you are greatly beloved. Yah commanded Gabriel, go tell Daniel, my prophet, the interpretation of his dream. Therefore, understand the matter and consider the vision. 70 weeks have been determined for your people upon your holy city to finish the transgression. What transgression? The transgressions of our forefathers. And to make an end of sins, our punishment. Yeah, you got to pay for the sins that you have done. And there's an end to it because y'all ain't going to punish you forever. And to make atonement for iniquity. And one day, the sins of the nation of Israel will be atoned for, and Yah will wash away our sins. And to bring an everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy place. And that most holy place is where Yah wants to dwell forever and ever. Christians think that they're going to heaven to dwell with Yah, but Yah's intention is to dwell on planet Earth amongst the people, the nation of Israel. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and to rebuild Jerusalem unto the Prince Mashiach shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. It shall be built again with plazas and moats, even in times of trouble. After 62 weeks, Mashiach shall be cut off and shall have nothing. And the troops of the princes shall come, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. A lot of Christians think that when they say Prince Mashiach and 62 weeks for Mashiach, the Mashiach are the high priests and the priests. They are the anointed ones in Jerusalem that are the ministers of Yah's house. And this prince, we already know that the prophet Daniel spoke of the Greco-Roman Empire, which came to destroy Yah's sanctuary. And Titus of Rome in 70 AD did just that. The end of it shall come with a flood, and until the end of the war of desolations are determined. And he shall make a firm covenant with many for 1 week. But in the middle of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the offering to cease. And on the wing of abomination shall come one who makes desolation until the decree destruction is poured out on the desolator. Now, if y'all want me to interpret that portion of it, I'm not prepared to do that. But I'm sure that the prophet Daniel understood what the angel Gabriel was talking about. A lot of these things transpired, and some of these things have not. When he speaks about the everlasting and to bring an everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy place. That's Yah's intention, to dwell in Jerusalem upon his mountain and to bring all nations unto the understanding of what his plan is. So we thank Yah once again for our great prophet Daniel, his visions, his prophecies, and the interpretations thereof. Praise Yah and bless his holy name.
Praise Yah and bless his holy name. My name is Yom Sufar Reef. I want to thank my Isha, my wife, Nasanya, for being the administrator of the show. I want to thank my fellow elder, Sister Elisabeth. I want to thank my brother, Brother Cartrill, fellow elder. On the Real Talk for Real People Study Show, that's exactly what we do. We don't come here to argue, fuss, and fight and debate with anyone. We just simply come to present Yah's word and we get out the way, as we're about to quite shortly. But I want to say this before we close. We are duty bound and morally obligated to do no less, as far as elders are concerned, to present Yah's word to you. We've done that. That's all we can do. Now it's left up to you. As we always say, we can take a horse to the water, but we can't make it drink. We can present Yah's word to you, but it's up to you. The Most High word is going to work in spite of us or irregardless of us, but it'll work much better for you, for yourself personally, if you utilize it, you hang to it, you cling to it, you lean on it. Simply said, the Most High works for you personally if you work it, you utilize it, you help comport your life and direct your steps. That being said, we're getting ready to get out of here. If my sisters, my Esau, and my brother Catriel have some commentary before we leave, their mics are hot, and I'm out the way, and we'll get ready to close out quite shortly. Praise Yah.
All praise to the Holy One of Yisrael for the opportunity to bring his word to the people. Yom Suf, imagine you and I being like Ezra and Nehemiah, bringing Yah's word from sun up to noon, from sun up to noon. You think we could do that?
I think we'll try. If the Most High told us, I think we'll try.
We doing what we can with the little time that we have. And I don't know if our people have the attention span to listen to Yah's word from sun up to noon. But the people coming out of the captivity of Babylon, they were dedicated to finding out what Yah had to say. And you know what? We should be the same way.
Truth be told, brother.
We shouldn't be waiting for the young real talk for real people should have come on 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We should be studying that word consistently and constantly on our own.
Yeah, we're just the guardrails. That's all we are. We're just guardrails, giving some brothers and sisters some idea how to comport themselves within the confines of the Most High and to get their fundamentals right. Praise Yah.
And reading the chapter that you read and what I'm reading, these brothers were in captivity. And Yah was with them, guiding them, directing them, ordering their steps. And we have to be the same way in order to get up out of this captivity as well.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
And you know what, Brother Cartier, you mentioned on the show, this show is live. As we speak, the show is live. It's on 7 different facets. It's on Facebook. It's on Facebook, YouTube, a site called Twitter or something like that, something to that. It's on 5 different segments. And we try to present that to everybody live to give them something new. That you can see brothers and sisters not arguing, fussing, fighting, name calling, and so on and so forth. Just simply present the word of Yah. And if you accept the word of Yah, that's fine. If you don't, that's on you. We'll see you. We wouldn't want to be you. Praise Yah.
And I'm glad you went ahead with reading chapter 6 of Nehemiah. I went ahead and read chapter 8. And in chapter 8, it talks about not only reading the law to the people, but breaking it down so that they understood. Because you could read the Tanakh all day long and not understand it.
Exactly.
But they took the time to make sure that people understood what Yah was saying. And I thank Yah for giving us the opportunity to do the same thing.
That's what we try to do, brother. We try to do.
Because understanding is the most important thing. Understanding is wisdom. Wisdom is understanding. And our people need to be wise in the spiritual understanding that we're dealing with now.
Praise Yah, brother. Thank you. Sister Nasanya, Maisha, and Sister Elizabeth, any closing remarks and comments?
No, not at this time. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Sister. Sister Nasanya.
Same with me. No comments.
Thank y'all. And I would say for us, and I think I speak for us when I said, may the Most High bless you. We love you. Shalom and good night.
on. Gotta hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, yes, I am. Yes, sir. Better believe it now. Hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. See, the Most High, He is watching us, watching us. You gotta die on tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And He has done for us so many things. Cured many of pain and sorrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Let's get together now before we fall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, see the hard times they have just begun. Just begun. I said you better hold on, better hold on. Hold on, Israel. Hold on, yes, sir. Hold on, believe me. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Oh, yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. See, I know He's got the power. It's very plain, plain to see. Yeah, yeah. He put the sun in the sky, and made many a blind man see. Hey, yes. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Hey, yeah. Let's get together now before we fall. Let's get together. Oh, see the hard times they have just begun to be. Better hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. Hold on, believe me now. You got hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. Hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. You better believe me now. Hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said,
Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed, you gotta hold on, hold on. Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed, cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. Cause when the